Who were the Puritans? This is a question that echoes through the halls of American history. Their story is one of faith, persecution, and the relentless pursuit of a godly society. The Puritans were not simply a historical footnote, they were architects of early America, leaving an indelible mark on its culture, laws, and very identity. Their journey began in England, where they sought to purify the Church of England from within. They believed in the supremacy of Scripture and a personal relationship with God. Their piety and strict moral code set them apart from the mainstream, often leading to conflict and persecution. This persecution ultimately drove them to seek a new life across the vast Atlantic. They yearned for a place where they could worship freely and build a society according to their own beliefs. Little did they know, their journey would forever alter the course of history. Welcome to Lexopedia, your trusted source for illuminating journeys through history. Join us as we delve into the captivating story of the Puritans, tracing their footsteps from the heart of England to the shores of a new world. Our exploration will uncover the motivations behind their perilous voyage, the challenges they faced in a harsh and unfamiliar land, and the enduring legacy they left behind. Prepare to be captivated by tales of unwavering faith, unwavering determination, and the complexities of human nature. We'll separate fact from fiction, shedding light on the myths and misconceptions surrounding this influential group. Get ready to deepen your understanding of the Puritans and their profound impact on the shaping of American identity. So let's embark on this enlightening adventure together. The Puritan movement took root in the fertile ground of the Protestant Reformation. England, under King Henry VIII, had broken away from the Catholic Church, but the Puritans believed the reforms hadn't gone far enough. They sought a more thorough purification of worship and church governance. They were deeply devout, adhering to a strict interpretation of the Bible. They believed in predestination, the idea that God had already chosen who would be saved and who would be damned. This belief fueled their desire to live exemplary lives, constantly seeking signs of God's favor. The Puritans also emphasized education and literacy, believing that everyone should be able to read and interpret the Bible for themselves. This emphasis on education would later have a profound impact on the development of American society. However, their unwavering convictions and criticisms of the established church brought them into direct conflict with the English monarchy. Persecution and imprisonment became a constant threat, pushing them to seek refuge elsewhere. Driven by the dream of religious freedom and a better life, a group of Puritans known as the Pilgrims set sail for the New World aboard the Mayflower in 1620. They left behind their homes and everything familiar to them, seeking a place where they could worship freely. Their perilous journey across the vast Atlantic was fraught with danger and hardship, a testament to their unwavering faith and determination. The seas were rough, and the weather was often stormy, testing their resolve at every turn. Before even setting foot on the new land, they drafted the Mayflower Compact, a document of profound significance. This compact was a pioneering effort in self-governance and mutual agreement. This agreement established a civil government based on the consent of the governed, a radical concept for the time. It was a bold step towards democracy and collective decision-making. It laid the essential groundwork for self-governance and democratic ideals that would shape the future nation. The principles enshrined in the Mayflower Compact would echo through the centuries. Landing in Plymouth, Massachusetts, they faced a harsh winter and an unfamiliar wilderness. The cold was biting, and the land was unyielding, presenting numerous challenges to their survival. Yet, they persevered, aided by the native Wampanoag tribe who taught them how to survive in this new land. The Wampanoag shared their knowledge of agriculture and local resources, which was crucial for the Pilgrims' survival. This first Thanksgiving, a celebration of their survival and gratitude, became a cherished American tradition. It symbolized cooperation and mutual respect between the Pilgrims and the Native Americans. The Plymouth Colony, founded by the Pilgrims, became a beacon of hope for other Puritans seeking refuge from persecution. It was a new beginning, a place where they could build a community based on their values. It marked the beginning of a great Puritan migration that would forever alter the course of American history. Thousands followed in their footsteps, seeking the same freedoms and opportunities. The Puritans envisioned America as a city upon a hill, a model of Christian virtue for the world to emulate. They saw their new home as a place where they could practice their faith freely and create a community that reflected their religious ideals. They were driven by a deep sense of purpose, believing they were chosen by God to establish a new and righteous society. This belief gave them the strength to endure the hardships of the wilderness and the determination to build a community based on their values. Their settlements were characterized by a strong work ethic, a commitment to education, and a strict moral code. Every member of the community was expected to contribute to the common good, and idleness was frowned upon. They valued simplicity, humility, and obedience to God's will. Their homes and clothing reflected these values, with an emphasis on modesty and functionality. Their laws and social customs reflected their religious beliefs, shaping the character of early New England. These laws were often strict, with severe punishments for those who strayed from the community's moral code. Town meetings, where men gathered to discuss and decide on local matters, became a cornerstone of their self-governance. This practice laid the groundwork for democratic principles that would later influence the development of American political institutions. Education was highly prized, with the establishment of Harvard College in 1636, marking a commitment to intellectual and spiritual development. The Puritans believed that an educated populace was essential for maintaining their religious and social order. However, their quest for religious purity also had a darker side. The same zeal that drove them to build a godly society also led to intolerance and persecution of those who did not conform. Dissent and unorthodoxy were not tolerated, and those who challenged their beliefs faced persecution. This often included public shaming, fines, and even banishment from the community. This intolerance would later lead to one of the most infamous chapters in American history, the Salem witch trials, where fear and suspicion led to the execution of innocent people. The Salem witch trials of 1692 stand as a chilling reminder of the dangers of religious extremism and mass hysteria. This dark period in history showcases how fear can override reason and lead to tragic consequences. Fueled by fear, superstition, and social anxieties, the trials resulted in the accusations, imprisonment, and executions of individuals accused of witchcraft. The community was torn apart as neighbor turned against neighbor. The trials began with the strange behavior of a group of young girls, which was attributed to witchcraft. Their inexplicable actions sparked a wave of panic and suspicion. As accusations spread like wildfire, fear and paranoia gripped the community. The once tight-knit village became a place of distrust and fear. Spectral evidence based on dreams and visions was accepted as proof, leading to a climate of terror and injustice. This type of evidence was highly controversial and unreliable. Over 200 people were accused of witchcraft, and 20 innocent individuals were executed. The loss of life and the suffering endured by the accused and their families were immense. The trials eventually subsided, but not before leaving an indelible stain on the history of Salem and serving as a cautionary tale about the dangers of religious fanaticism and unchecked accusations. The community was left to grapple with the aftermath and the lessons learned. The Salem witch trials serve as a stark reminder of the importance of reason, due process, and the protection of individual rights. They underscore the need for a fair and just legal system. They highlight the fragility of justice in the face of fear and prejudice. The events of 1692 continue to resonate as a powerful warning against the perils of hysteria and intolerance. While the Puritan experiment in building a utopian society eventually faded, their influence on American culture and identity remains profound. Their values and ideals continue to resonate in unexpected ways. Their emphasis on education laid the foundation for America's public school system and its tradition of intellectual inquiry. Their strong work ethic and belief in individual responsibility contributed to the spirit of capitalism and the pursuit of the American dream. The Puritan emphasis on self-governance and community involvement helped shape the development of democratic ideals and participatory government. Their belief in the importance of morality and social responsibility continues to influence American political discourse. While their strict moral code and intolerance may seem archaic today, their story reminds us of the complex interplay between faith, freedom, and the challenges of building a just and equitable society. It's important to remember that the Puritans were not a monolithic group frozen in time. They were complex individuals with their own motivations, beliefs, and internal conflicts. Their story is not simply one of black and white, but rather a tapestry woven with shades of gray. We must move beyond simplistic caricatures of buckle-wearing, dour figures and recognize the diversity of thought and experience within Puritan society. They were not immune to the complexities of human nature, grappling with issues of power, dissent, and the ever-present tension between individual liberty and communal responsibility. By exploring their story with nuance and empathy, we gain a deeper understanding not only of their time, but also of our own. Their struggles with religious freedom, social justice, and the limits of tolerance continue to resonate in contemporary society. Thank you for joining us on this captivating journey through the history of the Puritans. We've only just scratched the surface of their fascinating story and its enduring impact on American identity. If you're eager to delve deeper into this captivating chapter of history, be sure to like, share, and comment below. Your engagement helps us to grow and continue providing you with high-quality historical content. Don't forget to subscribe to Lexopedia for more enlightening journeys through time. We'll continue to explore the past, uncovering hidden stories and shedding light on the people and events that have shaped our world. Support Lexopedia and become a patron of history. Your contributions help us to create engaging content, conduct research, and make history accessible to everyone. Together, let's keep the flame of knowledge burning bright.